Good evening and welcome to the Vernon Township Supervisors Reorganizational Meeting, January 3rd, 2023. We will start with a prayer and salute to the flag. Supervisor Stone will lead us in prayer.
Dear Lord, as we rise to meet each new day, please let us be filled with your Spirit. Wherever we go, let us spread love, joy, peace, goodness, and faithfulness. Let us desire to become more like you and to worship you in all we do. Help us desire these things so much more than the sin that entices us. Thank you for always going before us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dave. Roll call, Amy.
Maloney.
Here.
Snyder.
Fritz.
Here.
Smith.
Yep.
Wagner.
Here.
Stone.
here.
Okay, election of officers, chairman nominations. Can I have a motion to appoint?
Move to appoint Don Maloney chairman.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Vice chairman nomination to appoint for vice chairman.
Appoint to nominate Fritz Snyder.
Second.
A nomination for Fritz in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, we will make the appointments. Motion to make the following appointments. Secretary Treasurer Amy Stedman.
Make a motion.
Motion and a second.
We do all these all
Yeah, you can do all this.
Can I do them all at once?
Yeah.
Okay. Code Enforcement Officer for Building and Fire, CCI. Code Enforcement Officer for the Fire Codes, current Fire Chief. Roadmaster Joel Stone, and Road Foreman Scott Walters. Sewage Enforcement Officer Mike Rinkovich. Backup Sewage Enforcement Officer Pete Homchenko. Trust Bank for Pensions is First National Trust Company. And Township Engineer Ashley Porter, Porter Consulting Engineers. Consulting Engineer Mark Corey and Dice and Homey Consulting Engineers and HRG as Traffic Engineer. Township Solicitor Jeff Millen, Schaefer Law Firm. And Township EMA Rob Horvat. And a motion for these appointments? A motion and a second? All in favor? Aye. Anyone not in favor? Thank you, Fritz. All right. COG Delegate. Motion to name Fritz Snyder to the COG. That's Council of Governments.
So moved.
Motion
Second.
and second. All in favor? Aye. Motion to name the rest of the Board of Supervisors, Township Manager, and Secretary as alternate delegates to the COG.
So moved.
Motion,
Second.
second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, move along. Board appointments. Motion to make the following appointments. Planning Commission, 4-year term, Caleb Rhodes and Greg Latta. Sanitary Authority, 5-year term, Randy Byam. Water Authority Board, 5-year term, Mike Burnside. Zoning Hearing Board, Chris Anderson. Code Enforcement Appeal Board, 3 annual appointments, Mark Gilday, Ashley Porter, and Mark Corey. Vacancy Board, Greg Latta. Meadville Area Rec Authority, Dick Astor.
I'll make a motion to accept those appointments.
I have a
Second.
motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. Depositories, motion to set Mercer County State Bank, First National Bank, PNC Bank, and Marquette Savings Bank as depositories for the following accounts: General, State, Streetlight, Kerrtown, LST, Capital Improvement, Grant, and escrow accounts.
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion?
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Treasurer's bond, motion to set the treasurer's bond at $450,000.
I'll make a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, a motion and second, all in favor? Aye. State and local convention, motion to grant the supervisors, manager, roadmaster, and secretary authorization to attend the 2023 PA State Association of Township Supervisors Convention in Hershey, including the early session on Sunday.
I'll make that motion.
Motion
Second.
and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
You in favor, Fritz?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Motion to grant the supervisors, manager, roadmaster, road foreman, tax collector, auditors, and secretary authorization to attend the spring and fall county PA State Tax Collectors Association and the PA Association of Municipal Administrators Conventions.
So moved.
Second.
In a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion to reimburse expenses, lodging, meals, and mileage while attending the conventions.
I'll make that
So
motion.
moved.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to nominate a voting delegate to the township at the state convention.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye. That's you?
Yeah.
Aye.
Motion to nominate an alternate voting delegate.
So moved.
So move.
Motion and second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Fritz, you good on that one?
Yes.
Okay, thank
Yep.
you. I'm sorry, it's not coming through clear. Committee appointments. Motion to appoint 3 to sit on the pension plan committee. Supervisor Schneider, Manager Horvat, and Secretary Stedman.
We'll make that motion.
Motion,
Second.
a second, all in favor? Aye.
No.
Pension plan, motion to appoint Robert Horvat, Chief Executive of the Township's pension plans.
So moved.
Second.
Motion, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Mileage rate, motion to set the mileage reimbursement rate to coincide with the IRS amounts, currently 65.5 cents per mile.
I'll make that motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn.
Make
So
a
moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm trying not to hit the gavel too hard here, Fritz. That's right by where you're at.
You're good.
Okay. We're going to move right into our monthly meeting for January 3rd, 2023. So we had to fill out our forms there today. It was the first time I put 2023.
Right.
Okay. Do we need another roll call, Amy? Are we good? We covered it.
Just do another one.
Roll call, please.
Snyder,
Here.
Maloney,
Here.
Stone,
Here.
Wagner,
Here.
Smith.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm there in spirit.
So how warm is it there? Rub it in.
It was 82.
Oh, my.
It's awful.
Feel for you. At least say it rained. Did it rain or anything? Rained here all day.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Okay. Any citizen comments this evening? No. Did you want to roll into that right now, Rob, or,
No, it's on the agenda.
pardon me?
It's on the agenda.
Okay. Approval of the minutes for December 22nd, 2022 year-end meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Aye.
Abstain. Abstain, I missed the meeting.
Notice of executive session for personnel occurred on January 3rd, 2023, today. Motion, or that's all, okay, cool. Finances. Motion to direct treasurer to issue checks for the approved vouchers due for payment.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor? Aye. Motion to ratify payroll for the employees from December 4th, 2022 through December 30th, 2022, and the supervisor's pay.
Make a motion.
Motion.
Second.
And second, all in favor?
Aye.
No correspondence. I'll move right into police report. Chief Detzel.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good evening, everyone. What I have in front of me tonight is the monthly report for the Vernon Township Police Department for the month of December 2022, and at the same time, some yearly statistics. The total calls for the month of December were 131, and we answered 1,633 calls for the year. We had 15 motor vehicle accidents in the month of December, bringing a yearly total to 142. We had traffic stops for various violations. We issued 5 citations and gave 4 warnings out. We also issued 4 criminal citations on criminal cases. On 4 occasions, we assisted citizens. We did not attend any hearings in the month of December. We traveled a total of 1,589 miles in the month of December. Our yearly total of the police cars patrolling the township was 26,869 miles for the year. Just a few things. We want to, wish everybody again a happy new year and everybody be safe. Same thing as always, the letterheads. If you get anything you think that somebody's trying to get your pertinent information, do not give out your social security numbers, things like that. Call us. We'll be happy to look into things for you. There's been some really bizarre attempts to gain money to people's accounts and things like that, access to people's account and get money. Even on one occasion, some folks packed up some money, some cash, and were going to send it to the West Coast, but they were able to stop it before it actually went out. So any of this kind of stuff, if it sounds like it's too good to be true, it could very well be too good to be true. So check with us. We're happy to look into it for you. School's back in session. Watch the school buses again. That seems to be going pretty good on 322. No major issues with the roundabout or anything this month. So that's pretty much everything. That's everything we have.
Thank you, Chief. Any questions?
Yeah, I do. Chief, maybe you have the information at hand, maybe you don't, but your 1,633 calls, how's that compared to previous years? We getting more, we getting less? How's it going?
I'll be honest with you. We seem to average somewhere around 130 to 150 calls a month that we actually have to go out and, take some action of some sort or another on. We, a lot of times, can solve a lot of issues right on the telephone, or people stopped in personal visits. Not necessarily we use that as a call, but these are actual calls we had to act on. One thing, I was down one officer this year due to medical reasons for almost 6 months. So that really hurt the department. That's 25% of our department, it hurts. So our numbers probably be a little greater had we had that person able to work.
Second question, how's she doing?
Real good. Everything's good, yeah.
Good.
Happy to report. Knock on something, it's all good.
So you wouldn't say crime's on the rise, or would you say you're getting more calls, less calls?
It's pretty much steady.
It's pretty steady.
It's pretty steady, yeah. And I looked at last year and the year before, and actually per month, per call, we're pretty much the status quo.
Yep, great, thank you.
Yes, sir, thank you.
I have a question, Chief. The number of accidents, was that somewhat caused by road conditions or just, I don't,
The night of the
It seemed kinda
23rd, the night of the 23rd, we had issues that would have been a lot more serious, but fortunately, the folks were able to maintain and the other drivers kind of gave them room. We had several cars went off the road. Friday was a tough day.
yeah.
And that was a lot due to the weather. And again, folks are, folks are folks.
I should have
Some-
said weather instead of road conditions.
Well, that's what the weather was tough. And the thing was, some folks were out there with tires that they should have left the car home, really. I mean, in that kind of weather, you need some good tread. And
No,
there are a
that day I
couple,
just stayed home.
yeah, there are a couple of them skated right off the road, so one of those things. Welcome Northwest Pennsylvania in the winter.
What do you think, out of all the crashes, how many of them do you think came from the roundabout? Spitball, just guess.
I'd say probably somewhere around 15% of them.
Really?
15, maybe 20%. The only thing about the roundabout, though, to keep in mind is, I have yet for this department to actually investigate an accident at that roundabout where there's a physical injury. It's mostly bang fenders, bang doors, and I can honestly say in the years that I've been here, in fact, on Tuesday I start my 27th year here, and I can say that the accidents that we've had before the roundabout were, when we had them, were a lot more serious and a lot of serious injuries. So I'd say in that respect, yeah, there's more fender benders, but also there's not the physical injuries.
Is it historically getting better throughout the whole, if you took 2022 as a whole year, did you see less and less as it progressed, like more and more people were getting used to it and how it worked? And
Yes and no. The thing is, more people understand the roundabout and how to use it, but that also brings on the deal where they know that if they're in the roundabout, they have the right of way. So some drivers have a tendency to be a little aggressive, so they come into that roundabout hotter than they should, so that the other guy doesn't get there, they get there ahead of that guy. So that creates a little bit of a problem at times for some of the drivers. Again, it's people.
in the disabled vehicles, is that kind of lumped into accidents where they couldn't be driven away, or was that just separate, you find a vehicle on?
No, we had one of those Friday night. I was out Friday night, the 23rd, and we had one where these folks had traveled from Maryland. They lived in Erie, were on their way back, and they were stopped right there at the light there where Cracker Barrel is in Country Fair, and the vehicle just wouldn't move. I mean, it was running, but it wouldn't move. So that's a disabled vehicle, and we had to do traffic. I did traffic while the tow truck came and towed it out of there.
And you had 11 of them like that, and just vehicles quit moving? And
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was crash oriented, like it
No.
had a crash, or if that was just a whole separate thing.
They just quit going.
Mechanical failures, it just quit?
Yeah, they
Okay.
quit.
Okay,
Or the tires wouldn't let them move, and we had to do traffic and help them get off the road.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
that just seemed high to me, that, have 11 of them.
Well, a lot came with that snow.
Well, yeah.
You have anything, Fritz?
No, it's,
Greg asked about the roundabout, so.
Yeah, I got the roundabout covered. Well, I mean, a year of
yeah.
review.
Thanks, Greg.
Over the course of a whole year, let's see what happened over the course of a whole year.
Yeah. Snooze, you lose.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Good work out there.
Thank you.
Next, we have a road report. Joel Stone, Roadmaster.
Good evening, Supervisors. Road report for January 3rd, 2023. We trimmed trees down on South Watson Run. That project's going to continue. We're trying to finish up South Watson Run, so we're ready to move forward with some paving, hopefully next year down there. We plowed, salted, and sanded as needed. Approximately 12 days that we were out actually removing snow or putting down anti-skid and salt. Filled holes on Putman, Sportsman, Brown Hill, and Johnson Road. Installed a couple plow markers in some spots that we felt we needed them after the last snow. We covered the wooden carvings and the grills at Roach Park. Would like to say thank you to Ernst Seeds for donating some bags to cover up all the statues and stuff down at Roach Park. We still have a lot of problems with leaf jams and stuff at pipes, and a lot of that's because people are putting leaves in the ditches. So when you blow the leaves into the ditch and stuff like that, unfortunately we don't have any choice but to go scoop them out when they plug up at your pipe. There's been some driveway damage because the water runs over top of your driveway until we get there. We removed a tree from Cubert Hill. We've installed a green and yellow light down at Conneaut Lake Road and Shaw Ave, PA Ave. Both of those occurred, in the evening. We found out about it. We're able to make contact with AMP Electric, and they came in the next day to fix those light issues for us. Picked up garbage at Lincoln Ave and Roach Park. Now that nobody's picking up the garbage, we went down and picked those up because the cans were overflowing and stuff was going everywhere. Equipment-wise, we had to send truck 2 out. The clutch needed adjusted. It got to the point where the truck would hardly move, and so it went down to Geneva truck to have the clutch adjusted. We've been looking over and greasing the equipment, trying to keep it going. The John Deere 5085, which is just that drop deck mower, is out in Conneaut Lake. It's finally getting welded up now. This has been going on for 4 months now, but hopefully it's finally going to be addressed. And the radio that was installed in truck 22 had the wrong programming in it, so we've taken that back to Mobilcom twice now, and it's finally fixed. That's all I have, Supervisor.
Any questions? Fritz, you have any questions?
No, nothing here.
Okay, Dave?
Yeah, hey, could you give us an update on the sand and salt versus the brine? Is it working, not working?
I think it's working well. The thing is it's not as fast of a product. Where you're used to the brine, it would work almost instantaneously. But the last snow that we had was so cold, the brine wouldn't have been effective.
That's what I was wondering.
With the conditions that we had, this was a far superior product. We had a little bit of problem right off the get-go trying to get people to get things adjusted and stuff like that, so it was a learning curve.
Sure.
3 guys have never ran this before, so I think they've all adjusted well, and moving forward, I think it's going to work out well. But like I said, every snow is going to be a little different, and if it doesn't work right away, we'll be right back around to get it activated and go from there.
Good, thank you.
Yep.
Were those signals you replaced LEDs?
One was an LED, and that was from 2008. The head itself was from 2008. The other one was an incandescent bulb, and since they were there, we did convert that over to LED today. We purchased all the stuff. It's sitting there. We're just waiting for AMP to get here and actually physically change all the stuff out. We were hoping it would be done before winter hit, but we're in January now.
2008, that's what, 14 years.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Exactly.
You might want to be careful. The reason the incandescent light was there is the LEDs would plug up with the snuff when it would blow.
Correct.
So they took the LEDs out because the incandescents.
This was on the side road. We're going to Applebee's, so it would be.
You ain't worried about the blowing.
Exactly. That's the
I
reason.
wonder why they left the incandescent in there.
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah, that's
The only
shocking.
ones that I was aware of that were left that way were here at Walmart,
Yeah.
because there was an
I
issue
knew
with
they
the snow.
Dawn, those guys didn't it? Yeah.
So,
Well, cool.
Thought I had another question here, sorry. I guess I was gonna ask about the salt and sand like Dave did. So, great, okay, thank you, Joe.
yep.
You good, Gary?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh,
Good report.
okay, admin zoning report, Robert Horvat, manager.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone had a good holiday season. Before I go into what the township has to look forward to in 2023, I want to do a quick recap of 2022 and the successful year we had. Highlights include the construction of a new front entryway, updates to the municipal building's electrical panels, the repaving of the Roach Park walking trail, and a successful roadway paving season. We have several developments and car washes in various stages of approval, with more on the way that should lead to a successful 2023 in Vernon Township. For 2023, we can look forward to a new roof over the municipal building in early spring that was bid out last year. The start of a community development block grant project on the Roach Park Playground in late summer or early fall. Continuous improvements to the township road system, construction of a salt storage facility, and several new commercial developments on the client portal. If all those things come together smoothly, we're on the cusp of another successful year. We continue to work with other municipalities that need the ambulance service on the EMS agreement. That is still being worked on. And also, like we talked about at the year-end meeting, we are still exploring options for our cyber reliability policy. Finally, unless you have any further questions for me, next on your agenda is the approval of the McAllister's Deli. We recently received their administrative complete letter from the County Conservation District. And after my report, you can see Ashley Porter's comments, and he recommends approval of this development contingent upon satisfying all his comments. So that's my report, unless you guys have any questions.
I don't have any.
Nothing.
Any questions for Rob? Joel, I'm sorry, did you guys have to work Christmas?
We did.
Okay, well, thank you for that. That's going, that, I know that feeling, that's not, that's a real sacrifice, so thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Here, Rob, so McAllister's?
Yeah, you can just do the motion. They don't have to do that.
Okay. Motion to approve McAllister's Deli land development and stormwater management agreement contingent upon satisfying the township engineer's comments.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm gonna say aye, but I wanna just congratulate, I've had an opportunity to go to McAllister's about a month or two ago down in Nashville. It's a wonderful restaurant. People made it sound like it was like a sub shop, like a deli, but it's not. It's a pretty full service restaurant. And it's really gonna be a nice addition to the township, so thank you for coming. Look forward to have you guys start building.
Look forward to it.
And I'd like to second that also. There's one in the Villages in Florida, and very, very nice restaurant. I think the community's really going to like that when they see how and what they do.
Well, that's great. You guys can speak firsthand for it.
Well, I'll be going there.
Nice. Okay, so, we voted, right? Okay. We're all approved, we're good, thank you. Engineer report, Ashley Porter, you have a report for Ashley?
Me and Ashley are still working. We have several developments that we're working on. It looks like probably the March meeting will have probably 2 land developments and a conditional use hearing that day, all for commercial construction on 322. And that's on top of the other stuff that is in the pipeline that you guys have already seen a couple of times or is waiting, different things. We're gonna have a busy year for construction next year. So.
Great, thank you. Solicitor report, Jeff Millen.
Good evening, everyone. Rob pretty much stole my thunder because he covered all the items I was going to cover anyway. But I would just like to say Happy New Year, and I look forward to another great year with Vernon Township and working with everybody. As it says, 22 was, and I think 23 is going to be even better with all the development coming. So Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, Jeff, and I look forward to working with you another year, so.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job, thank you. Anyone else for Jeff? No. Okay. New business, motion to approve resolution 2023-01, uniformed and non-uniform defined benefit pension.
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion?
Second.
And a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve resolution 2023-02, non-uniform employee wages.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
You on board, Fritz, or?
Yes, yep.
Okay, thank you. We're going to table 2023-03 and motion to approve resolution 2023-04, update Vernon Township fee schedule. Talk
So moved.
about this. I have a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
A motion to advertise Vernon Township Supervisors meeting dates for 2023 and the 2024 January reorganizational meeting and regular meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Wow. 2024. All in favor? Aye. Okay. No old business, so it brings us to our upcoming meetings to be February 2nd, Groundhog Day, 2023, Vernon Township Supervisors Work Session at 6:30, followed by the Vernon Township regular meeting at 7:30 p.m. This time we'll have supervisor comments. I'll start with you, Fritz, so I don't forget you, please.
Okay. Just a couple of things here. I wrote down, Chief Detzel, he just shared with us that, which I think he said Tuesday or something, he'll be celebrating 27 years with Vernon Township. And I just want to thank him for all the good things that he's brought to the township, and wish we could keep him another 27. But, thank you, Randy, for everything you've done.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Then also, as we've said all night here, we're closing out a very successful year, another very successful year at Vernon Township, with things that we've accomplished, new business coming in and such. And from what everything is saying for next year, it's even going to be a better one. And we're just very fortunate, as I always say, and looking forward to talking like this next year with the improvements and things that have happened for 2023. And the last thing is just happy, healthy, and New Year to everyone. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Fritz. Gary?
Well, thanks, Chief. It's been great working with you all these years. Just keep going, just to keep coming.
Oh, thank you.
I want to tell everybody, we got some snow coming here within the next 3 or 4 days, so be careful. Don't need any accidents, don't need sliding off the road. And be safe and have a happy new year. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Gary. Dave?
I really want to thank the guys in the road department for the condition of the garage out there. I've never seen it look so nice. They're currently remodeling and redoing break area in the room and stuff, and I don't think that's been reconditioned since it was built, I don't think. And really, it's a great job. The whole garage looks 500% better than what it used to look, and I think it's kudos to the guys in our road department. I want to echo what Fritz said. I think 2022 was very successful. I think it's because we have a great team. We have great employees, great leadership, just people just doing a tremendous job. And really, I mean, it's kind of nice. We kind of approved McAllister's tonight. There's going to be a lot more approvals coming in 2023. Our budget looks solid, our financial plans look solid, our personnel's in place, and we're really gearing up for a great year and years beyond. So I just want to say thank you to everybody and wish everybody out there a happy new year. That's all I have.
Thank you, Dave. Greg?
Well, these guys pretty much covered it. Say Happy New Year. Not a whole lot. Look forward to development 2023. That'll be kind of nice. A lot of good things, promising things happening. Other than that, just watch out for the roads. I do like the salt and annex skid mix better personally than the brine. I think that's good. I think that should have been done forever ago.
I agree.
So that's about all I have. Talk to you. Don.
Thank you. Okay, well, I'd like to thank Armstrong Utilities for televising our meeting tonight. That saves the residents from coming out in the bad weather, and then they can watch the meeting at their leisure. So that's wonderful, Armstrong. And I agree with Greg with the salt. It's working well. The guys have adapted really well, and it was no small. When you're conditioned to do it one way and all of a sudden you're thrown into another, it's working well. I can personally speak for the hill that goes up to my house. It's in good shape. So, closing with that, I'd just like to wish everyone a happy new year and safe new year. Thank all the employees for, like Dave said, our solid financial plan. When I first ran, I had one person, when I was campaigning, it's like, how do you feel about raising taxes? And I said, I'm totally against raising taxes. I'm a person that wants to live within the means that I have, and I feel that's what our obligation is to our residents. So thank you, Rob, for making that happen. So with that, I'd like to have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll
Motion
second
second. All in favor?
that. Aye.
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 Meeting adjourned.